Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I am coming back at you with another Wargaming in miniature video. In this video, we are going to be previewing, opening, taking a look at the Jagdtiger from Warlord Games. It's an Italeri model. It's 156 scale, which is equivalent to 28 millimeter Wargaming scale. We're going to take a look at the contents of the box. We're going to look at the sprues. We're going to take a close look at them, and then after that, this is only part one of the series. What I plan to do is, in the second video, I'm going to assemble this model on camera, and then for part three, we're going to go ahead and paint this model. So it's a three-part series. This first part should be fairly quick. Let's go ahead and knock this out and take a look and see what we got inside this thing. Okay, well, first of all, Italeri does a really good job with their models. I have hundreds of Italeri models. They usually do a good job. Warlord Games also does a really good job, and Bolt Action is a really good game. It's in my top 5 list, so I would definitely, if not my top 2. So yeah, definitely check that out. So this model kit company will include damage markers and game stat cards for your model. Got some pretty cool art on the front, and then got some completed models on the back. Now there's an expansion for Bolt Action called Tank War. This is where you put pretty much nothing but tanks on the table and battle it out with like a tank battle. Pretty cool. There's different paint schemes. It gives you a little history of the Panzer Tiger Ossif B, known as the Jagdtiger. Okay, so let's just go ahead and take a look at what we get inside the box. First thing you do is you get your sprue, or sprues. There's at least 2 sprues in there, and they're sealed in plastic so you don't lose any of your parts. You get a instruction booklet. Now this booklet is thick, so I wonder why it would be that thick. And then there's your damage markers with bases. You just have to assemble them. So you're looking at smoke, like black smoke and fire. Put those off to the side. And then we got, this one just happened to be packaged by Kiran. I'm going to take this box, put it off to the side. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his or her name correctly. Okay, we'll just toss this, Karan. Okay, there's only one card. Okay, and this one card talks about late war, how many points it is, inexperienced 448, regular 560. Okay, so there's no veteran option. No transport. Defensive value is 11. That's pretty high. Super high. Should be, because this thing's got a ton of armor. And it's got a super heavy anti-tank gun, which is the biggest you can get. 84-inch range. Penetration is +7. Wow. Okay. And a machine gun. It's the Hunting Tiger. A 128 millimeter Pack 44. Whew, yikes. Okay, so we'll put that back in the zip. You get some decals. You can see you get some numbers, 1 through 6. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 0. So you don't get every number. And then you get these Y, X, and X7s. I'm going to have to do a little research, see exactly when those are used. Got some serial numbers right there, and we got a little bear on the side here. That's probably the Berlin bear. And then you got the black or white crosses, and then you got a smaller version of the black and white crosses. Oh, yeah. It's even got 3 stripes right there. These, I don't know if the camera focus can work on this, but yeah, those 3 stripes would go around the barrel to indicate kills that it was able to rack up. All right, let's take a look at this Jagdtiger pamphlet. Okay, the focus was, I had to fix the focus. Okay, it talks about the power plant, the range, the armament, the armor, the weight, the crew. Talks about all that good stuff. Talks about only 2 Panzer battalions, included the Jagdtigers, the 512th and the 653rd. Okay, that's good. That's good things to know. Otto Carius's Jagdtiger, 2nd Company of the 512, used the Bear and the 201st. Okay. All right, and it gives you a sprue, contents, and the numbers of the items on that sprue. Okay, this is showing 3 sprues. Okay, so you got the hull, and then you got these other 2 sprues. Assembly instructions, fairly straightforward. I don't see any issue. I don't know if I like that machine gun. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like that machine gun sitting on the engine compartment. I'm sure that's exactly where it was supposed to be historically. I'm sure that's exactly where it's supposed to be. I just personally don't like it there. And then they're telling me what colors to use for this camo pattern. That's Northwestern Europe ambush scheme. And then the factory finish Dunkelgelb. Yeah, okay, coolness. Okay, it's showing you pretty much where the cross should be going. There's one, there's 2 in the upper corners of the back turret portion. I know it's not a turret, but you know. And then there's the side. Okay. Is that the same for the... I'm going to assume it's the same for this because it doesn't give a picture of the back of the turret. So, and you can see how that machine gun is sitting out right there. That, if I was to assemble this and ship it to somebody, I'd have to be very careful about that possibly breaking. That is a concern. I'll figure it out. All right, so let's take a look at the sprues before we move on to assembling. Let's go ahead and let's use a little X-Acto knife action on this. Yep, 3 sprues for sure. All right, guys, so we definitely have 3 sprues here. Let's go ahead and put a couple of these sprues off to the side so that it wouldn't be in the way. There's one part that actually came off already from the sprue. That's okay. Okay, so let's take a look at these large sprues from a distance, and then what we'll do is we'll zoom in and we can take a look at all these. Okay, so this hull is like one solid piece, except the sides have no details, and I guess that's what these are for, is to put on the sides to add the details. And it looks like it's got the racks for hanging extra tracks for extra armor on the sides. That's pretty awesome. Okay, that seems, and then you got exhaust pipes right there. That's pretty much all you get on this sprue. Okay, so let's take a look at another sprue. This sprue shows the bogey wheels. This is a solid piece, making it a wargaming model and not a model that you would build for your museum. This is not... okay, I don't know what that is. I'm going to save it just for... That's a head, it looks like. Okay. I love this as a model builder for wargaming. I love this. I hate those models where I got to glue the two tracks together, then I've got to glue, or the two bogey wheels together, and then I got to glue them on a side plate, and then I got to glue one bogey wheel and put it between the two, and all that BS. I'm glad they went with this method here. Also, the tracks are plastic, right? They're the hard plastic that you would normally get it from a model. I love that as well. I hate those models that give you the rubber that you got to bend it around, and then you got to weld the rubber together. Those are usually built for models that the wheels can move, but this is a wargaming piece. You don't need that. And then these would be the front and back curves, and most likely these are additional armor. There's your toe, your extra skirts on the side. Really good. We're going to zoom into these in just a moment. Okay, and then this would be where all your details are at. You got your back plate, you got your front plate. Looks like an alternative. No, wait, that's the back of the hull. That's the back of the turret, front of the turret. Okay. Looks like the counterweight on the inside of the turret, I'm thinking, because there's your barrel, and that's a monster. And there, okay, the machine gun is all one piece. That's interesting. I don't have to glue the MG42 down to the rod. That's good. Here's some bogey wheels. The barrel transport bracket, or whatever it's called. The person or the crew member only has a torso, and then there's his head over there. So that's a two-piece. I'm surprised about that. Normally the crew has the head already attached. If there was multiple heads, I could understand that, like different designs. But since there's only one head, I don't know why it's not already attached. Okay, and then these would be the drive wheels that go in the front of the tracks. And then this looks like mantle plating. The driver and the machine gunner up front. The tank crew member right there. Okay, so this really looks like it's a fairly straightforward build. It looks like a light right there. Okay. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of fiddly parts. It looks like it's going to be a fairly straightforward build. All right, so let's zoom in and focus this up. All right, guys, we're going to bring up the hull. This is the bottom of the hull that you'll probably never see on the wargaming table, but there are some hatches and plates under there. I like it. Nothing on the inside, obviously. Okay. And then the top of the hull, let's take a look. We got crew plates. So if you ever decide to maybe get third-party drivers or gunners and you want to have them sticking out of the tank, you can, but that's not included with this model. Got your machine gun right there, your tank commander position right there, and then the engine compartment with the spot right there for the machine gun. Okay, now let's take a look at these side plates. Okay, maybe I can do this. Where your tow cables and your breaker bars are all there on that side, and it looks like a shovel. And then on the other side, you got your tow cables, breaker bars, winches. Yeah. Let's see a pickaxe on this one. Okay. I do see, just wanted to bring this up. If you look right there. There we go. Right at the back side of that filter, you can see that there is a bolt cutter. Okay. All right, let's move on. That's the detail inside the treads. Okay, they're pretty much all exactly the same. All the treads. All right, so let's take a look at the wheels. Yeah, you can see how they're all kind of molded together. But when it's sitting on a table and it's got tracks disguising it, you won't ever see that. That's why I like that method. And then you got your skirts. And then finally, all right, this is your back of your hull. You get holes for your jack and your exhaust. And then there's the mantle for the front, and this is the back of the turret with the doors for loading ammo and stuff like that. And you got this long barrel, which that's, you know, it's a barrel. Got this rack for holding your gun. Hatches. Trying to get it focused. There we go. Got to get closer to the camera so it focuses. And then littler pieces like machine guns and vents and stuff like that. And then there is the crew member torso missing his head. There's his head. And this is that mantlet piece that fell off. Okay, it looks like it's going to be pretty simple to put together. All right, I'm happy about all that, that's for sure. All right, guys, well, that was the sprues that you get with the Jagdtiger, the contents, the box, and basically my initial impressions. Now let's go ahead and move on to our second video where I actually assemble this, and then the third video where I actually paint it. All right, I'll see you in just a minute.